Good evening, everybody. Sammy Thunder here. And tonight I decided to put together kind of a two-part video, but it's all going to be part of the same video, if that makes sense. I thought I came up with the idea based on a comment from one of y'all regarding just, talking about how I got back into collecting, how I got back into baseball and basketball cards, because I feel like it's important to kind of record maybe just the background on how I got back into it. So I figured I'd kind of talk a little bit about that, and also I can't remember if I went after the chaos of going through that vintage lot, if I was able to give you some cohesive structure on the Hall of Fame cards that I picked up. So because I felt like when we were going through them, I was literally just isolating the stars, trying to organize them, and so it was visually just a chaotic mess. And so after what feels like forever, I was able to finally sort the stars into each of these cases. Using the Sharpie, I wrote down all the years and combined. Actually, looks like my 70. I think I messed up. I forgot one. Yes, I knew I would be forgetting one. Of course, the oldest one is missing from the pile, the 72, 73. But anyway, I combined 72, 73, 74, 75 stars, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. Now, these are some of the, either they're in there because they're duplicates, or at the time I just didn't have enough supplies, like top loaders and sleeves, to be able to make the decisions of which ones should be put in them. But for here, I think they're pretty safe. They're not really they're not going to experience any sort of condition issues. I think they're just kind of held together in this case, so I think it's going to be okay. But before I get into that, let me put these off camera for a minute. I figured maybe I should discuss the how I got back into collecting. I think that's kind of a cool thing. I figured everybody has a story. I think maybe a few of us have always been collecting and it's never stopped, but everybody has a story regardless. I mean, I could say that when I was 11 or 12 years old, I was really avid about collecting. That was at the height of the steroid era, before we really had any clue. So, those Mark McGwire cards were really expensive, and, talking about getting a Tony Gwynn rookie card, or Ryan Sandberg rookie card, or Cal Ripken's rookie card, I mean, those are astronomically expensive. And Greg Maddux, the superstars of our time, or at least of my time, those cards, I mean, the base card collecting was at its height at that point, and it felt really exciting. And but like most other people at my age, when we turn like 14 or 15 years old, those cards kind of just started catching dust, and were in the basement. And thankfully, my mom, she never threw away the cards, and I was able to go through, and I found some really awesome stuff. Thank God for that. I was able to kind of relive my childhood about like 6 months ago when I went through it. But anyway, pretty much this stack right here kind of symbolizes my re-entry into the card collecting world. This is, I had no anticipation of getting back into collecting, but nostalgia. I'm a sucker for nostalgia. That is my thing. If I see something that strikes a chord with me from my childhood, or just anything early on, I always want to see what it's all about. So, some background. You can see the 1981-82 Topps Larry Bird. I was in the Federal Hill, which is a neighborhood of Baltimore. I was with my wife and my mother-in-law, and we were walking around. We just wanted to see the neighborhood. Just wanted to kind of take a look. It's very Um, it's just a very diverse and very cheerful area of the city. And my wife and I were, thinking about potentially moving there, and that was a possibility. And I think we just wanted to kind of go around and take a look. And the community's great. It has a really bubbling downtown area, and has a lot of shops, a lot of restaurants. Anyway, I'm getting away from the point. My wife, who is big on reading interior design books and photography, just being able to see some unique designs from like 95 to 2005, she wanted to find books and be able to kind of learn as much as she can about them. This is just purely a hobby. So my wife was doing some Google searching, found a bookshop in Baltimore, and at first I'm thinking, okay, it's just a bookstore. Like any other bookstore, it's going to have its own section of interior design and architecture. And when we got there, it was like in the warehouse district part of Federal Hill, and we walk in, and this bookshop was more of like it had books, probably had some decent stuff, but it had a little bit of everything. It felt like an antique mall, but it wasn't an antique mall. It was really like a tchotchke shop. It had a lot of cool 90s stuff, like toys and records and books, and it had a lot of old stuff in there. And when my wife was looking around, I was just kind of poking around, not really thinking about much, and then I see a big cardboard box full of baseball and basketball cards, and I figured, all right, nostalgia hits, I gotta look. And that's when I came across this set of cards. And again, first time looking at cards, since I was 11 or 12, I don't know what these are worth. I don't know, but I just see, like, Larry Bird is a player I was fascinated by, and I loved collecting his stuff. As a kid, my dad was his favorite player. So when I saw the Larry Bird card, I figured, all right, this is cool. It looks really old, and I did remember at the time that the Larry Bird rookie card, even when I was a kid, was really expensive. And when I saw this, I'm thinking, oh man, this is going to be really pricey. This guy, but then again, like, the card was in a bin, literally no protection, no top loader, no sleeve. It was just like a big bin of cards. And I didn't really have enough time to sort through all this stuff. My wife and mother-in-law wanted to continue their day, and so I literally just did a quick sorting job, and I came across these cards. I got the Larry Bird, you got the Magic Johnson, found a George Gervin, got Mo Cheeks, I think 3 Mo Cheeks cards, found a second Magic Johnson in there, found a Kareem, Bob Lanier, Moses Malone, trying to get the glare out so y'all can see. Now, bear in mind, these were not Kevin McHale Rookie. These were not protected. So there was 2 Kevin McHales, another Kareem Super Action, and a Kareem base card. So they were just... And then there was some baseball, which I ended up selling some of them. So as the story goes, I'm picking these up, and I'm thinking, these cards are... The guy's probably going to want a huge amount for them. I'm thinking, as I go to the counter, I'm thinking, oh my god, the question in my mind is, I'm afraid to ask, is how much do you want for these? I hate asking that question because I'm always anticipating the worst. As it turned out, the guy just gave a very peculiar look at the cards I was holding. Not really, and I guess he wasn't really sure exactly what they were worth. And he said, how about 25 cents a piece? Inside, again, I don't know what these are worth, but I'm thinking these have to be worth more than $0.25 a piece. I gave no argument. Clearly no argument. I said, absolutely. Now, what's not here is there's a Derek Jeter, the 93 Topps Derek Jeter rookie card that was in there as well. I had a picture, but I don't know where it is. But there were a lot of, I walked away with about $2 worth of cards that probably equal out to over $200, $300, potentially. So, that was, I went home, I went back to my mother-in-law's house. My wife and my mother-in-law and I were I was going through the cards, going on eBay, checking the sold listings, just trying to figure out how much they're worth. And I was just blown away by this opportunity, and I was just absolutely stunned that nobody has gone through this bin before. And knowing the return, I went back maybe 2 days later to pick up the remaining star cards from there, because I knew it's like, this is a golden opportunity. I have to go back to this place. I have to go back and find out what else they have. And yeah, that's kind of the takeaway from the experience. That's sort of how I got back into collecting, and it really took off after that. A lot of mistakes were made. I bought a lot of stuff, paid it over what they were worth. I think we've all kind of experienced that. But you learn things, you pick up things over time, and you kind of just figure out. You kind of are able to better assess a situation. And it's an ongoing learning experience. I don't think there is a time where you hit your thresholds and there's no more room for learning. There's this community, this collecting community. Obviously, I think we all understand this, is so overwhelming because there's so many cards out there that it's impossible for, I think, anybody to know about every aspect of the collecting world. So with that said, that's sort of how I got back into it. And the Topps 81, 82, I think 81, 82 set has been kind of like the one collection that I ended up finishing that set. And that's one set that I'm going to keep around, because that's kind of like my return back into the collecting world was that set. But yeah, that's my story. That's how I got back into it, and the whole developing a channel, the Semi Thunder channel, was kind of initially born out of just showing what I had as my personal collection, and that obviously turned into antique mall visits and card shop visits and tag sale, yard sale, garage sale, flea markets, card shows, card shops, you name it. I'm always striving, and also through the mail and trades that I've done. So that's sort of what what I've focused on, and also the first giveaway I did. So it's been a lot of fun, but you have to be responsible. So I try to be as responsible as I can be. That's why I haven't done that many videos, because I haven't really purchased much stuff lately, because preparing for the big card show that's coming up next weekend, as I mentioned in my last video. But I thought this would be fun, kind of give you some organization now. I have all of my stars organized into these plastic containers, and I figured I'd do a video showcasing the stars in a far less chaotic way. So we'll start with the 72, 73 Hall of Famers and stars in here. We'll just start with a stack here, and we'll just kind of work our way in. Now, there are more. These are, again, just the ones that I protected are probably the best condition cards. These are either duplicates or lesser condition cards. So there are more to this than just what I have here. But start with got a bunch of these Johnny Bench and Dick Allen cards that are probably in not as good condition. The first one's in pretty good shape. This one's pretty good. A small crease. Steve Carlton, Tiant. We're just going to go through because we have a lot to sort through. So you can kind of see what we're after here. What we got. Brock. A lot of these duplicates. Love Juan Marichal with the Giants. Great card. A lot of Fergie, Bobby Bonds. Brawley Fingers, one of my personal favorites to collect. Reggie Jackson, Billy Williams. Jim Hunter, another favorite to collect. Greg Nettles. Pete Rose. I think I have this one in a better condition than a top loader. I have to check. Got a good, decent Yaz, a little off center from the cut from the bottom. Greg Nettles, Willie McCovey, Another Carlton Tiant. Here we have Carlton, Gaylord Perry, Nolan Ryan, Steve Carlton. This one's in pretty good shape. Little soft corners on the left, but otherwise pretty good. I might actually sleeve and top load this. Sleeve and load it. Nice Tug McGraw. Here we get into some 72 in action. Luis Aparicio, Greg Nettles. Got a Juan Marichal in action. Love that leg kick that he had when this got into Tom Seaver, Fergie Jenkins, Mickey Lalick, Vita Blue, Jim Palmer. I think that's like 1/2 of the stack so far. Just gonna put that back. Do a little better job at doing that. So these are some commemorative cards. It's a cool one. Gary Matthews rookie card. George Scott. Another Gary Matthews. Here we got a Dwight Evans. This one I actually need to probably top load because I've seen what they go for. They're pretty valuable, so I'm going to put these two off to the side actually. See, it's good that I'm doing this. It's in not as good condition. 72, Steve Garvey, Boog Powell, a bunch of Boog Powells, Harmon Killebrew, Frankie Robinson, Brooks. Some good cards. Willie Stargell, not horribly cut. Some more of the same that we saw earlier. Yeah, so some good stuff here. A lot of Johnny Bench, Dick Allen cards. Got plenty. Yogi Berra, Ron Santo. So, nice little stack there. And we'll put the chilling Ty Cobb on top. He's got quite the stare. Move on to 74. Some all-star cards. Frank Robinson. Got Ken Griffey. Mike Schmidt. Second year card. This is a nice one. A little corner action on the top. Got Thurman Munson. Dave Parker. I think that one might be his rookie, actually. Or that might be a second year card, actually. Frank Tanana, rookie card. Ted Simmons, Ron C. Bunch of Ron C cards. Frank Tavares, his rookie. Got Raleigh Fingers World Series. Juan Marichal. Another Thurmond. This is a good one. I'm actually going to put this one aside because I know that one is a very valuable one. I have another one that's sleeved and loaded. Some more kind of leaders. These are mostly, I think, leader cards that I found. The base cards, I think, are already sleeved and loaded for the most part. So what we're seeing are going to be a lot of these league leaders, all-star cards, Carlton Fisk and bench. Eddie Matthews, Yogi Berra, some manager cards as well. Tom Seaver, so this is a cool one. Seaver and Ryan, Nolan Ryan. That one's actually in pretty good shape. Oh, actually, yeah, it's got a small crease on the bottom. This one, I think, found its way in the wrong. Gotta put this one back in the 73, actually. See, it's good that I do this. Reggie Sanders, Ron Cash, Bill Madlock rookie card, Bucky Dent, Al Kaline, Bobby Bonds. I don't know if y'all are, I don't know, whoever's around my age, like in the late 20s, 30s, you know that Al Kaline and Mickey Mantle, if you watch the show Hey Arnold, the Nickelodeon, the character Mickey Kaline is named after both of them. Thought that was kind of cool. Nice, Carly Yastrzemski. Bobby Bonds. Juan Marichal. Goose Gossage, second year. Carlton. Billy Williams, another Yaz. Perry. One Marshall with his big leg kick. Cool. So those are the 74s. Just putting them back in. Moving on to the 75s. Pick up the stack here, we'll work our way in. Got Joe Morgan, Sutton, Monsanto, Al Kaline, Carl, you got a Yastrzemski here with a crease. Another Joe Morgan, Willie Stargell, Willie McCovey, Perez, Brock, Jim Catt, Steve Garvey, Bob Gibson highlights. So some pretty cool stuff. I love the Raleigh. This is one of my favorite Raleigh Fingers cards. Mike Schmidt, Boog Powell, Bucky Dent, second year. Johnny Bench, really nice card. This one, yeah, this one I'm going to sleeve and load. I'm trying to see if there's any other ones. I'm sure there's, there's other ones that I'm sure I should be doing the same too. I just remember, like, a lot of people, from what I've seen, that Johnny Bench card does really well. Here's a second-year Dave Winfield, a little beat up. Thurman Munson. So a lot of duplicates of the stars. Moving on to the second half of that stack. A lot of league leaders, and then these kind of commemorative editions. Got ourselves a Phil Necro Victory Leaders. Reggie Sanders rookie card. Here we got a Keith Hernandez rookie. Another second Hernandez. Mickey Lollick. It's a cool one with I forgot that Zoilo Versailles was a most valuable player that year and then Willie Mays. Tony Perez got a Carlton Fisk. Another Johnny Bench with a crease this time. Mike Schmidt, second one for the scene. Some more of these cards. Billy Williams, Dave Conception. Pretty nice stack there. Let's see, I need to move this into here. Moving on to 1976. Pick up this stack and we'll just kind of go through. So most of the leaders got some record breakers. Tony Leva base card. Pete Rose. This one's a little beat up. Johnny Bench with a crease. Tom Seaver. This one has some tape damage. A nice Brooks Robinson. Lou Brock. Bill Buckner. Nice Raleigh Fingers. Bunch of Willie Stargells. Derek Carter's second year. McCovey with the Padres. Bunch of his stuff. Nice Ty Cobb Sporting News edition. Nice Robin. One of my favorite Robin Young cards. I do like that one a lot. Fred Lynn, second year. Fred Lynn again. Carlton, and we finish with Yaz. And all of them made it back in. Second half of that stack. Fly 11, Negro, Joe Negro. Mostly, leader cards.
Bruce Gossage base, Carlton, got a bunch of his cards. Gaylord Perry, Yaz, Fisk. Bucky Dent. Gary Carter again, his second year. Jim Rice, second year. Boog Powell. So pretty nice. Just for the record, if any, I know some of y'all are doing your own collections from these years. Clearly, you can see I have a lot of duplicates. If you're not overly concerned about condition and would just, or would like to do trades, or maybe you want to buy some of this stuff, I'm always open to both. Always looking to buy more vintage, as you know, hence the channel. From the 77, the Bird, got Robin Yount, Brett, Dave Parker, Thurman Munson, great smile, Dennis Eckersley, his second year, Reggie Jackson, the Bird again, the Bird. You got a Yaz, Palmer, Rice, Schmidt, another Munson. Another Nolan Ryan and Tom Seaver. Always like having them together in cards. I might sleeve and load them. Dave Winfield. A lot of good stuff from that year. Pete Rose, Billy Stargell, Hunter. Here we got a rookie card of Denny Martinez, Jim Cadd, Necro again, a lot of Necros. Dennis Eckersley, Raleigh Fingers, of course, with the stash, looking good. Fergie Jenkins, Boog Powell, Gaylord Perry, Greg Nettles, Campaneris, Louis Tiant, Foster, Necro, Fisk, and the Goose to finish it out. And finally, just so I'm not being overbearing, because I know this is a long video to cycle through, but this is kind of like a mix. So this is going to be a mix of 78, 79, 80, and this will give you some perspective on where I sit on a lot of these star cards. So you got some 79s, 78s, 80s. Eckersley, Perez, Fisk. So just remember that these cards that I have, I love the Nolan Ryans. These cards that I have, these are the ones that I just have not decided to put in sleeves or top loaders just yet. But I probably will over time. Just don't have the supplies to support all of these cards right now. And the ones that I have put in there are probably the best conditioned and the most valuable, or they're just the players I enjoy collecting most, like Ricky Henderson's or Seaver, Nolan Ryan, you name it. Are these upside down? Okay, these are upside down. So a lot of 78s here. Dennis Eckersley. A lot of cool cards. Raleigh Fingers, looking good. Stash on point. Tony Perez and McCovey. And finally finish it off with the last stack. Covey, Rod Carew, Lou Whitaker, commemorative Hornsby and Ty Cobb, George Brett in 79, Ted Simmons. Got ourselves a Quisenberry rookie card. Highlights, Palmer, Molitor, all from the 80 set, which anybody who's working on the 80 set, please let me know. I already have built the entire set for 1980. We got who do we got? Clint Hurdle rookie card, Robin Yount from the 78. We got here another Clint Hurdle rookie, Seaver, Victory Leaders card. Both the Negro brothers are there. Another commemorative card. Here you got a Lou Whitaker rookie. So, all in all, pretty good stuff. Just going to quickly go through the rest. I don't think I'm going to go a little tired myself. If any of y'all are tired, I'm probably up there with you. So, yeah, pretty nice. These are kind of like where I stand right now on the cards that I haven't sleeved and loaded yet from that vintage lot. But I'm going to put these in sleeves and top load them after I finish the video. So, anyway, thank y'all so much, guys. Appreciate the support as always. Appreciate you sticking around if you made it this far in the video. Probably I'm getting some mail tomorrow, so I'll do like a short video. I should be getting a couple of things, I think, tomorrow, or maybe one thing. But yeah, do another video tomorrow. Hopefully I'll check back in, and otherwise, if I don't, then probably towards the end of next week, which will be the big card show at Hofstra University. I'll be checking that out. I've collected a pretty good fund for some nice vintage to add to my 69. Hopefully I can build upon that, and maybe I can get some big names from some other years. I was thinking about getting a 64 Willie Mays because I thought it was a really nice looking card, so maybe I'll think about doing that too. Anyway, guys, thanks so much. Hit the subscribe button if you enjoy this channel, and hit the like button as well if you enjoy this video. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good night.